the truth behind ghost hunting. Ever since antiquity, the topic of ghosts have been discussed in mythology, fairy tales, and folklore. In the last several decades, ghosts have become iconic in pop culture with cartoons like Scooby-Doo, Ghostbusters, Casper the Friendly Ghosts, and movies like The Exorcist, Poltergeist, The Sixth Sense, The Shining, The Omen, and more. In recent years, the growing trend of the paranormal genre for television programming has produced several reality shows on the topic. Perhaps the most popular show is Ghost Hunters, founded in 2004 on the Syfy Network. In the show, the co-founders of TAPS, Jason Hawes and Grant Wilson, along with a crew of investigators, go to various locations and use electronic gadgets, audio and video equipment, as well as their own personal experiences to verify or debunk a paranormal claim. With every investigation, they first survey the location and find out the paranormal claims. They then set up stationary cameras and spend several hours measuring temperatures, electromagnetic fields, thermal imaging, performing EVP sessions, and filming with handheld digital cameras. On many occasions, the team will attempt to provoke or communicate with the alleged ghost in a given area. After the investigation on site, the team then goes over every moment of video and audio footage to see if they were able to capture any unexplained phenomenon. Many times, this helps verify a personal experience, and other times, it helps them debunk what at the time seemed to be a paranormal occurrence. The team has recorded several thousands of hours of audio and video data and admit that a majority of the time they come up with very little or no significant data that can be labeled paranormal. However, they have captured some very strange and unexplainable footage of objects seemingly moving on their own, mysterious lights or orbs, strange mists, shadowy figures, and a handful of EVPs that seem to capture a disembodied voice. Before I move on, I just wanted to say that I truly respect the Ghost Hunters team for what they do, since unlike many shows in this genre, they go into investigations understanding that not every sound, thump, or creaking is a paranormal phenomenon. They're genuinely in it to help people who have concerns of their friends, family, co-workers, or peers who seem to be spooked out by what appears to be a paranormal experience. Furthermore, they don't charge or accept any money for the investigations. Over the years, they've been accused of faking evidence or not having legitimate scientific methodology to their investigations. Although these accusations do seem to have a little bit of truth, I will say that because it is a network television show, I would imagine that the team is under tremendous pressure to come up with viable content, and as such, they may be inclined to exaggerate or misinterpret evidence captured to keep the audience captivated. Nevertheless, the TAPS team and the Ghost Hunters show has come up with evidence that cannot be easily explained and will make the most hard-nosed skeptics scratch their heads. Of course, there is the possibility that the more compelling evidence captured are elaborate hoaxes, but I'll give the team the benefit of the doubt, since I don't believe the network or the people on the show are that dishonest. There's been lots of great footage captured, and many can be viewed on YouTube. But let's look at some of the most compelling evidence caught on Ghost Hunters.
This is probably one of the craziest EVPs we've ever caught, just because of how interactive and how long it is.
Wow.
Here we go, you ready?
This is 314. Princess room. Now this is her original bed.
Original bed?
Yeah, she slept in this bed all the way back in the 1800s.
Royalty, man.
So,
That's crazy.
yeah, I like those old big oak trees, and what do they call them? Dead trees or something.
You in the house?
Yeah.
I picked that up.
But yeah, this is the original bed. And
This is tying in with some of the experiences that, I didn't have answers for. I kind of just wonder and, did I hear that? But, just hearing that, it's just reaffirmed what...
It's really interesting, and Grant and I, we were able to pick some things up that we'd like you to hear.
This is fascinating.
Princess, are you in here? Chris.
Princess, can you at least let us know you're in here?
Wow.
Maybe say something, move something.
In the beginning, you could hear what sounds like, hello, is there somebody there?
Right.
Princess, are you in here?
I could hear that crystal clear.
At one point, Jay says, Princess, are you in the room? And it sounds like she says, of course I'm in the room. Where are you?
Princess, can you at least let us know you're in here? Maybe say something. Maybe say something.
You know, I heard that with my own ears. It just does not surprise me.
Whatever's in this hotel, for some reason, they were able to hear us that night.
You feel like if there's something here, it's just living its life in its time period. Mm-hmm. But it's not what we call residual haunting. It's intelligent. It's interactive.
Right.
So what you're looking at here are the different stairs going up, and here are the landings all stacked. Okay? Now you can see some light passing through the stairs. Mm-hmm. Okay? Just keep your eye on that.
We're not here to scare you.
You can see something moving on it.
Yeah, I saw something.
Hold on, it keeps... There it goes. Now watch, it's going to blast off to the right.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, can I see that clip again?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. It's like it stopped while they were talking and then continues.
There it is.
Yeah.
You can see it. We're there a little. Wow, that's sent a chill on my spine just now.
So there was something over them, and it's funny because me and Grant were experiencing the same thing. It felt like something was toying with us.
Okay.
But now this next piece of evidence that we're going to show you, this is during the time that we were following something. And it was like every time we went up a staircase, it would go up a staircase. Now me and Grant are right around here on the staircase. You're going to see something up here, and you're going to see it move. And it's going to go straight up to the very top in a very, very short time.
Okay, you see this thing moving?
Now look at the
see
very
that?
top.
Was that just leaning over right there?
Watch, you're going to see it go up 2 flights of stairs in a matter of a couple seconds.
Oh,
Watch. Boom. And
Look
there
at
it
that,
is.
peeking right over at us. That gives me chills right now.
because I remember seeing Wow. I want to see that one more time.
Oh, absolutely.
There you go.
See,
See?
then it moves to the right,
Yep.
and that's where it will disappear.
Here it goes. Poof.
That's going.
It's going. Your motion sensor didn't pick that up. So I think that that's a very important thing that you need to understand when it comes down to
You're sending chills down my spine.
I'm not trying to. I'm just telling you the facts. You know what I mean?
You know, I got to go into that tower after you guys leave tonight.
I can honestly say, and I don't say this much, that I do believe that lighthouse to be haunted.
100%.
Wow.
I mean, this-
Wow.
you can't ask for any better evidence in my mind than what we've been through.
I am a skeptic. And,
How do you feel now?
I think you got me believing.
This was a mini DV camera that Steve was holding. He was sitting on a couch, and as he got up, he didn't experience anything, but in review, something showed up. We want to show you that. Here we go.
All right, we'll
see
go
that?
back. We'll go back a few frames and do it slowly for you.
Okay.
It was only Steve in the living room. To me, the shadow almost looks feminine. If you watch it close enough, see the normal shadow right there, you can see through.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on this shadow and compare it in your mind. The shape, the consistency, also the direction that shadow's traveling. This one's going down, the other one's coming up.
Okay.
So, see how it's going down?
Yeah,
frame by
going
frame?
down.
Now watch. Boom. See how you can't see through it?
Wow.
It's strange because it pops up as all the other shadows are down. so-
Exactly. And that matches what my daughter said she saw in that same area.
So what's going on? What are these shadows, mists, and voices that the team is capturing? According to the TAP's website, they define a haunting as, quote, the manifestation of a ghostly presence or presences attached to a specific locale. Hauntings can be categorized into 4 usually distinct types, these being intelligent or responsive, poltergeist likely initiated by pent-up stress on a subconscious level, residual or replay, and demonic, non-human in origin. Based on the evidence captured, these categories make sense in that some ghosts seem to not be aware of the investigators, while others respond directly to questions or comments. A majority of the time I've watched the show, both Grant and Jason tell their clients that the ghosts are probably human beings without bodies and that there's nothing to worry about. This is consistent with various definitions of the word ghost found on dictionary.com, Wikipedia, and the Britannica Encyclopedia. All define ghosts as spirits of the dead in one way or another. But are these really just dead people walking around without bodies? If that were the case, won't there be ghosts everywhere? And if it were the spirits of the dead who had pent-up stress or traumatic encounters in the physical life, does that mean that anyone who encounters tremendous trauma will die and stick around or go back to a location or a building where they experienced the trauma? Something doesn't line up. To find some answers, let's look at the Word of God and see what it has to say about ghosts and spirits. Does the Bible mention ghosts? If we're referring to ghosts as spirits, the answer is yes. The Bible speaks many times about spiritual entities or angels who are servants of God, who send messages to people. The Bible also tells us that 1/3 of the angels fell from heaven to follow Satan. These are fallen angels and are often referred to as demons. These demons are servants of Satan, and their job is to deceive people and carry out the agenda of pulling people away from God. 2 Corinthians 11:14 and 15 states, "Even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So it's no wonder that his servants also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness. In the end, they will get the punishment their wicked deeds deserve." If they can appear as angels of light or disguise themselves as servants of righteousness, then it's not out of the question for these demonic entities to have the ability to appear as ghosts impersonating the departed. This is especially true to those who may have recently lost a loved one, for many times they may be more susceptible to accepting the idea that the departed have returned with a message of peace or comfort. According to the Bible, human beings only die once and then face judgment. Hebrews 9:27 states, "Man is destined to die once, and after that to face judgment." When God created the human soul, He did so by combining the dust of the ground with the breath of His Spirit. We can see this in Genesis 2:7, where it says, "And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul." And furthermore, in Ecclesiastes 3:20, "All come from dust, and to dust all return." Thus, when we die, our bodies return to the ground, and our spirits return to God. This is exemplified in 2 Corinthians 5:8, which states, "We are confident, I say, and would prefer to be away from the body and at home with the Lord." Nowhere in the Bible do we see human souls remaining on earth upon death. It's quite clear that death is a transition from this life to a life either in heaven with God or in hell separated from God. Thus, it's impossible for these ghosts to be of human origin. My main concern with the Ghost Hunters team is that they're unknowingly entertaining demons. There's an episode when Jason Hawes gets scratched by an alleged ghost. Jason and Grant both dismiss the entity as not being demonic, since they believe that to be an inhuman spirit, they would have to manifest with great power and great fear. This may be precisely what the demons wanted them to think. Because their only purpose is to deceive, it would make sense to do something that would further perpetuate this lie. My hope is that the team will consider this message and proceed with caution as they continue to investigate various haunted locations. If you're a believer in Jesus Christ, cover the TAPS team with prayer and ask God to watch over them and protect them as they do their investigations.